And welcome back, everybody, to Brookdale TV for the second game of our doubleheader. Our men's team will face off against the Bergen Bulldogs. 5-0 Brookdale facing off against the 1-4 Bulldogs. What do you think about the game tonight here, Sean?
I think it's going to be a good contest. I think the Bulldogs are going to look to move the ball quickly in transition, play a lot of defense, and we look to shut down Rosado and Stevens early in the game and do a good job, playing defense and just kind of stay in the rhythm of the game.
Brookdale, the lone undefeated team left in the Division III of the Region 19, so we'll see if they can continue that tonight and get to 6-0, staying undefeated also in the region. So we're getting the introductions underway here with Bergen. The visiting Bulldogs coming in with a 1-4 record. Haven't won a game yet in the Region 19. Maybe looking to steal one away from Brookdale today. Brookdale won not as in great fashion as they did against Ocean when we last saw each other last Tuesday. Beat Gloucester 94-86. So with a great start to the season, Brookdale 5-0, as we can see. If you're, see the championship banner hanging up, 33-1 last season. Looking to carry some of that momentum into this year. Sure.
And as we see our Jersey Blues being introduced, referred to as the national championships, that'll get them going.
You keep saying that all year. You got the rings last week. You're a national championship until you get to the game again and somebody else wins it.
Yeah. And the big thing about being the champion is everyone's coming for you. Every night you're getting everybody's best effort. So you got to make sure that you come out with your best effort every night. Otherwise you let one slip here and there, all of a sudden you find yourself losing some games.
And number 15, Corey Sones, who just got announced, leading the Jersey Blues in points per game with 15.6. I'm sorry, number 3, Corey Sones, he has 15.6 points per game. Ricky Stevens leading in assists and rebounds with 5.8 assists and 9.8 rebounds.
Look for Stevens to try to get himself going early, getting his teammates involved. Look for him to be a big part of success for Brookdale today.
And another huge part of the win against Ocean County that we saw was David Rosado had a phenomenal game.
Sure, David Rosado got them going early, started off making a couple baskets, getting to the rim, really doing a good job on both ends of the floor. Bergen's have a tough time, contending with him as well. His speed and quickness really might give them a little problem.
Put them up to a huge lead early, to the point where they can get a lot of the second teamers in.
Sure. Get
some work in for that. Look to possibly see that if Brookdale can get out to an early lead again. Head coach Paul Chizak made a great decision in that.
Sure, I'm sure Coach Chizak would love to have that happen again. Get his second unit in there, give him even more experience. We'll see if the starters can get them going early, give them a little bit of a lead, and let that second unit come in and gain that experience that they need so much, and help them carry them to a victory.
And Bergen having a couple more players on the bench than the Ocean County Vikings from last week. Not as big as a squad as Brookdale. I don't think many teams have as big as a squad of Brookdale. They had a lot of tryouts, a lot of guys who stuck around, and they do very well for the team. We're getting the tip off here.
Brookdale in their home whites.
Number 20, Brian Adams, taking it for Brookdale. And it will go to 0-0, Eduardo Garcia. Bergen grabbing the first possession. Inside there, back out to Garcia, out to the outside. Number 34, chucking up the 3. Falls a little bit short, rebounded there by Brookdale. Number 23, Jameek Moore. Huge part of last week's game.
And Moore was really good early on, got himself in a little bit of foul trouble, but here we see him going again. Get himself going, get himself involved in this game. He's got to stay out of foul trouble, really help, and he's a really big help on the defensive end as well.
Making an immediate impact with the rebound and then the score right on the other side of the court. Number 11, Ruben Acosta, taking it up against Corey Sones.
Good job by Moore to help on the defensive end there.
Oh, ball got away from him there for a second. Number 14, Eric Zapata. Costa driving in. Back out to 0-0, Garcia.
And a couple of threes on the first 2 possessions. Interesting to see if Bergen really wants to take those threes. And, they need to knock them down if they're going to take them, or else they'll find themselves down real early here.
They're 0-2. We'll see how long they stick with it. Head coach Carlos Quinteros of the Bergen Bulldogs. Brookdale, Corey Sones in a little trouble there. Back up top there, Ricky Stevens. And Jameek Moore driving it in, pull-up jumper, and great rebound there by Ricky Stevens. Takes it out wide to Sones. Couldn't get the 3, but Rosado with another offensive rebound for the Jersey Blues.
And a quick start here on the offensive boards for the Jersey Blues. They love to crash your offensive boards. They love to out-hustle their opponent, to outwork their opponent. And that's one of the big keys for Coach Cizek, just getting them to work hard and understand everyone can play a role. If you just crash the boards and play good defense, you'll come out, on top here, and you'll really contribute.
So number 24, David Rosado, will take a few shots here. Grabs the first one. Brookdale going out to a 3-0 lead early in the game.
Just like we talked about, Rosado and Moore starting off quick, really helping Brookdale get out to a quick start here.
And he grabs the second one. 4-0 now in favor of the Jersey Blues.
And now Brookdale coming out with a little bit of a full court press here.
Very similar to last week. It's a game plan that paid off for head coach Paul Cizek. Not as aggressive, I'd say.
Not very aggressive. Maybe they pulled off a little bit. Just wanted to show that they would, be willing to do it. Illegal screen by number 14, Eric Zapata. He's a big guy, he kind of leaned in with the shoulder there. Good call by the official there.
So a little help from one of the cheerleaders. Corey Sones will take the inbound pass over to Ricky Stevens. Head coach Carlos Quinteros of the Bergen Bulldogs shouting out commands to his defense. Outside to Sones. He's got Rosado wide open. He didn't see him. He was calling for him. He was calling Rick.
A couple opportunities to get Rosado the ball. Moore missed an opportunity. Stevens missed an opportunity.
Ricky Stevens was open at the top, though, to be fair.
He was.
But they closed in on him very quick.
You like to see him maybe give a little head fake there and then kick it back out to Rosado just to draw the defender.
You saw hesitation there by Corey Sones, acknowledge it to the bench. You see, they're giving a little bit of cushion to all the offensive players on the baseline. I'm sorry, on the perimeter there. Missed shot, number 11, Ruben Acosta, coming down for the Bergen Bulldogs, running into a couple of Brookdale defenders. Corey Sones fighting for the ball.
Good job by Sones, causing turnover. Coach Quinteros quickly goes to his bench here. It's an interesting move.
Ricky Stevens came in to help his buddy out.
Possession goes to Bergen. Turton enters the game for Bergen.
Head coach Paul Cizek having a little bit of a discussion with the ref there, over in the corner where he likes to stand. Out to number 1, wide open at the 3. But a great job by number 23, Jameek Moore, putting a hand in his face.
Bergen really having trouble getting on the board here.
And through 3 minutes, Bergen has not put any points on the board. Brookdale 6. See if they can possibly get some points up.
Bergen really having trouble putting the ball in the basket here. Couple three-point opportunities, could make those. We'll see if they stick with them.
A foul called on number
good play on the good play run on the inbounds there. Get a good shot there.
He tried to hit one from the corner over there before, but it was a three-pointer. So it took a little bit more of a high percentage shot and made it. They're leaving Rosado wide open out there, but it's tough to get the ball to him in time.
That's cross-court passes are so dangerous. Rosado doing a good job getting to that, making a move, getting inside.
A little pump fake action there, brought it in for the basket. Eduardo Garcia. Out to Maurice. Stolen there by Jameek Moore. Bring it down to Rosado. And the bucket.
Coach Quinteros going to call timeout. Tough start for Bergen here.
10-2 there. Brookdale coming out to a hot start. Don't forget, students, with finals approaching and papers due soon, the Banker Library on Brookdale's Lincroft campus is offering expanded weekend hours. Sundays from noon until 5 p.m. with the exception of Sunday, December 1st. And and they will also be closed for the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. The Bankier Library is a great place to get work done by yourself or on a group project. Librarians and learning assistants will be available to help with research, writing, or even proofreading your term papers. For more information, go to brookdalecc.edu and click on the library link at the top of the page.
Good job by the Brookdale cheerleaders out here. Getting a hand from the crowd here.
Keeping us entertained in between the breaks of the game. So Brookdale coming out to an early lead.
Yeah.
Everything's running through head coach Carlos Quintero's mind over there in the Bergen side.
Yeah, he's got to be disappointed, you know, in the missed shots. I mean, they haven't been bad opportunities. A couple open looks, a couple missed threes. You know, I'm not going to call them bad shots, but they may want to get the ball inside a little bit more. But again, you know, Jameek Moore is a presence down there. It's tough to get by him. You know, Brookdale does a great job rotating as well. So I think they're just going to really have to start making those shots. And Quintero's probably preaching to them right now. You guys got to make your shots. You're going to get the shots. You're going to take them. You're going to make them. And that's it.
Heading back out to the court here. 16 minutes remaining in the first period of play. Brookdale 10 and the Bergen Bulldogs 2.
Another substitution for Coach Quinteros as well. Number 23, Jalen Johnson checking into the game.
So he took out 0-0 Eduardo Garcia. We'll see how that bodes for Bergen.
Just really trying to find anybody here to get them going offensively. Great ball pressure by Corey Stevens.
And number one, taking the shot there, Robert DeLeon. That's what they needed.
And Coach Chizek is not happy about that.
Very animated coming onto the court.
Defensive assignment possibly.
You had him at a good lead, and then they cut it to 5.
Yeah, it's a quick three. You know, and again, like I said, the other couple shots they missed were not bad looks, and I think that may be more of his concern right now, that they actually made a good look, and they're getting a lot of these good looks here.
So you can see him being very punctual with his players. Can't let those plays happen.
Just like that, it's a 5-point game.
Things can swing that way with one basket. So we'll get the pass in here to number 1, Ricky Stevens. Bringing it down to the other side of the court. Looking to answer to the big 3 by Bergen. And Brian Adams gets the bucket there. And there's that aggressive foot. There it is. Got it off the foot.
But again, this time a little bit more urgency on that full court press.
Unfortunate, but it happened, but you can't be too mad at that. It was good defense effort by Corey Sones there.
Really good job here. A little bit of a hook there, got away with it.
Back up top, number 11, Ruben Acosta. Trying to make something happen here, passed out.
There's nothing available right now on the offensive end for Bergen. The shot clock down about 13 here.
Trying to force a shot in.
Nice penetration and kick. You got to make this shot. Again, a decent look. You got to make it.
That's tough.
You're going to win this game. You're going to have to make those outside shots.
Number
the tone has been set
yeah.
early, and you know they're going to have to make their shots.
Almost hit the falling jumper, number 20, Brian Adams. Jameek Moore grabs it and makes the basket.
Good offensive rebound there by Moore. Again, doing a good job inside early here.
Corey Sones D'ing up on number 32, Brian Turton of Bergen. Switch off there.
Nice nifty little move there.
Very good there.
Stevens has got to keep his head up. Oh, good job, though, getting to the basket there. He's got to keep his head up. He had Rosado going to the basket there.
And with that exchange, Brookdale came out on top with that one. Back up to Corey Sones, looking to drive in.
Coach Chizek does not look real happy. I think he's a couple concerns here. Brookdale's, you know, missing a couple open guys on the offensive end and defensively, leaving shooters open. A couple concerns here early for Brookdale.
So the foul was on Bergen. It is their 4th team foul, getting into a bit of early foul trouble. Brookdale only in 1. So they have the favor in that category. Back up to Corey Sones. Trying to draw up a play real quick. Out to Rosado. To Moore, back up. Out to Ricky Stevens.
Rosado in the corner.
Rosado had
good
it.
Move,
he hesitated and went in.
Almost
got it.
Tried to dunk on somebody. It's all right, though. They came out with the ball.
He didn't get stuffed by the rim this
he
time.
didn't get stuffed
He was
by
a
the
little
rim
bit
this time.
closer.
No, it was a little bit closer this time. Maybe next time he'll get up high enough to get it.
Sometimes you got to put away the flashiness and just get the points.
Gotta get the elevator to go up one more floor.
So coming back on defense, David Rosado and number 23, Jalen Johnson.
Swarming defense by Brookdale. Great job.
Double teaming him there.
Oh, but they left the guy open in the lane there.
He left Johnson open.
Again, a missed shot that he probably should have made. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Here's a prayer.
Get it up.
Oh, it's good.
And he got it.
Wow.
Number 32, Brian Turton, as the shot clock expires.
About 33 seconds of really good defense there, but those last two just got a good look on the pass there.
So Bergen looking to check in 2 players. The basket there by Brookdale brings it up to a 19-7 lead.
Stevens just, saw the defender kind of playing off a little bit, said, why not? I'll take it. Good.
And Ruben Acosta.
Tough call there. Stevens definitely doesn't agree with it.
And I don't think Paul Chizak does either. Still having a discussion with the ref over on the sideline.
That's his first. Brookdale's second team foul.
So we have number 11, Ruben Acosta, lining up. And he will shoot 2 free throws. Tough one there.
They're really going to need to start, getting something going offensively here. A couple decent looks, but they haven't been making them.
And he makes the second. Cut that lead to 11 points for the Jersey Blues. Something like the look you saw, pulled it back a little bit. Out to Moore. Oh, and the tip it.
Oh, they're going to call offensive basket interference.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it is tough.
Bulldogs ball.
Corey Stone's trying to rush in. It was still pretty. It should count just for looking good, I think. Got up pretty high there.
Maybe we'll see him get another, maybe he'll try for a dunk up next.
Yeah.
Heading off to the bench there and fitting number 2, Tavon Bennett coming in for him.
Also, Rashawn Johnson checked in as well.
Number 13, Jaleel Chain, another one who came in, makes the immediate impact, grabbing the tip ball there, and gets called on the travel, number 14.
I think Johnson stepped on the baseline there, yeah.
Garcia checks back in for Bergen.
A lot of quick substitutions for Coach Quinteros and Bergen here.
So head coach Carlos Quinteros calling out some plays from the sideline over there. So we have a very punctual referee today on the court.
Another foul on the floor here.
Foul number 1, Ricky Stevens.
Someone's back in for Stevens. Something to watch here. Stevens with his second foul early here in the first half.
Very early, only 12 minutes remaining. We got another whistle, some more game stoppages.
Illegal screen here on Bergen, so Berth will take the ball.
Foul number 20, Jeffrey.
Good news for them. Number 13, Jaleel Chain will inbound it.
5th team foul.
Again, that corner is wide open if they want it. There
Corey
it is.
Stones, he's taking it this time.
Miss, and maybe there's a reason why it's so open.
It falls a little bit
Can't
short.
help but notice it from up here. They're leaving that corner wide open. Oh,
Slips a little bit there. But gets it off to number 20, who splits the defenders,
rolls in and
almost
out.
goes in.
lucky. Well,
Jeffrey Cabral.
just seems to be a lid on the basket here for Bergen. They really can't get anything to fall. I mean, that one was a really good play, way to get inside. Just rolls in and out. Unfortunate bounce there.
With Tyrone Curry coming in. He wore it last week, but he's got to take it off now. He came in and made another player off the bench who made an immediate impact. We'll see if he can do it again. Good defense. Let him slip by him there, though.
I think they kind of got their signals mixed up there, didn't know who was going to take them.
I cursed him. I'll tell you that. I apologize, Curry. Getting loud on the bench over at Bergen, trying to distract them a little bit. Trying to bring in the 6th man on the court.
Another shot from that corner.
Jaleel Chain, almost good, but great rebound there by Rashawn Johnson. Puts it back
he
up
got
for
up
the
high
bucket.
over the defense there to put that one in. Again, that shot in the corner is going to be there all night.
6'5" Rashawn Johnson doing a great job. And here comes the full court press.
A little bit, not so much. Yeah, they seem to be showing it, trying to see how Bergen reacts to it, maybe pulling it off. Maybe there's some sort of call that they have, from the sideline to pull off in a certain situation.
So getting a little space there. Number 31, Victor Torres on Tyrone. Curry passes it out. 24, David Rosado pushing off on a little bit.
It's 14th foul on Brookdale.
So after starting off with only 1 in the opening minutes, they now climbed up to 4 to Bergen's 5. They're setting the pick there, trying to make a play out of it.
Another
open in the corner.
There
he was there on the other side.
Yeah, they've been running that play on the other side of the court. They move it across the court, and it works just the same on this side. Got a good look, and he knocked it down this time. That's important.
Number 34, Alexander Maurice, traded sides, and he might like this one better. Grabbing the steal there.
A little bit of ball pressure there from Chain, but nothing too much. Oh, great pass.
Trying to drop it in.
Had the shooter on the wing and gave it up. He wanted to go to the basket.
And he pulls up, and it's good. Number 2, Tavon Bennett. Bringing it back up to that 10-point lead Brookdale's trying to hold on to, and they're doing a very good job of it.
Good job of rotating on defense, causing the turnover. A good job of rotation on defense. Curry and Bennett doing a great job trapping the ball handler.
Definitely forcing Eduardo Garcia to make the mistake. And head coach Carlos Quinteros will call the timeout. I'll tell you what, guys, if you want to hear some great new music, along with some classic cuts from bands you haven't heard in years, do me a favor, check out 90.5 The Night, Brookdale Public Radio, Monmouth County's only non-commercial public radio station.
As our cheerleaders come out here.
So, head coach Carlos Quinteros taking the timeout. All right, let's go Blues.
Good job by the cheerleaders pumping up this crowd.
9 minutes, 41 seconds remaining with this 10-point lead. Something you see on the Bergen sideline. They're very, very vocal, very animated.
Yeah,
on that
a lot of
sideline.
communication going on from not only from the coach, but also the players on the bench as well. Kind of communicating, trying to help their defense out, which is a big key. And I think, to this point, Bergen's probably doing a little better than it looked like earlier they were going to be doing on the defensive end. Getting a couple stops, really starting to knock down some shots even on the offensive end.
Clapping it up always whenever Brookdale's on the possession over here.
Really energetic. I mean, we'll see. It takes a lot to keep that energy going the whole game, but if they can keep that up, they'll keep themselves in this game. And a lot of substitutions also by Coach Quinteros. Get a lot of guys in and out, keeping guys fresh. That's important too.
That's very important with such a small roster as he has.
And he's really always trying to keep a shooter or two on the court just to keep Brookdale's defense honest.
He's only got 10 players in,
the 15 at Brookdale.
The 35 that Brookdale have seated over there. They can start sitting in the bleachers soon.
Yeah.
So number 2, Tavon Bennett, trying to make something work here against old 00, Eduardo Garcia.
Great pass.
Inside there, fighting through it. 14, Rashawn Johnson.
Johnson making an impact here early.
You can see he's a tough player. He's already got the Band-Aid on his eye, not afraid to get another one. Fighting for that point and grabbing the opportunity to make it 3.
Moore checks back in for Brookdale. Acosta heads in for Bergen.
Couple substitutions here.
Jameek Moore in for David Rosado.
You have Number 11, Ruben Acosta, coming back in for the Bulldogs. Couldn't get that one to go, but good offensive rebound by the Jersey Blues. Bennett holding it up top, waiting for something to develop. Bringing it around, back to Johnson. And what are they going to call him on?
A little push in the back there. Interesting to see that they're going to go to Johnson maybe in the post here with, a lack of size for Bergen, trying to take advantage of, Johnson's 6'5" stature.
Seems to be a very touchy game so far. A lot of fouls called early in the game.
Next one on Bergen will put them in the penalty. A one-on-one.
Big shot there. Tyrone Curry with the 3.
Berto really getting contributions from a lot of different guys here early.
Brian Turton trying to make something happen. Back out to Acosta. Almost blocked by Jameek Moore.
Just his presence there altered the shot.
Over there to Bennett with the finger roll. Couldn't get it to go, but good second opportunity by Tyrone Curry. And a timeout.
A nice little run there by Brookdale. Really good job of hustling to the boards, playing defense, doing a good job of everything.
Tell you what, we don't do anything but win here, Brookdale. Big congratulations to Brookdale mathematics professor Linda Wang on being named New Jersey's Professor of the Year. Professor Wang was chosen for the hallmarks of excellence in teaching and service to students. She was honored at a luncheon in Washington, D.C. on November 16th, accompanied by friends, family, and colleagues. So big congratulations to Professor Wang.
As we come out of this timeout, it's an important stretch here with the second unit now kind of in the flow of the game, trying to get a couple stops on defense, trying to get some baskets, and just really, maintain the lead, if not build on it.
That's something that Brookdale has to do. 17-point lead now from where it was at 10 not too long ago. So don't be surprised if you see a couple more second-teamers start to rotate in, as you saw earlier with Tyrone Curry coming in, Rashawn Johnson, Jaleel Chain coming in, doing a great job as always.
Definitely. A lot of contributions on both ends, and the big key is on both ends of the floor. And it starts with the defensive pressure, creating turnovers, blocking shots, getting steals, just doing a lot of different things, making the offense a lot easier for everybody else.
So we are headed back out to the court.
You can't say enough about the depth of Brookdale. A lot of guys come off the bench, but a lot of guys contribute off that bench.
It's not just trying to get guys in to get some time. They're coming in, and they're putting in the work.
They're putting significant minutes together, good stretches, building on leads, playing great defense.
Jaleel Chain playing hard defense on him. But he got the ball away to Acosta.
He got the shooter in the corner. Again, they're really setting up the penetration and then the kick to the corner for the 3.
Ruben Acosta with the inbound pass. Trying to make a quick shot there was number 34, Alexander Maurice. Couldn't get it to go. Drove towards the basket, couldn't get that one to go either.
Bergen's had a tough time inside, but their outside shooting has been getting better. They need to knock down some shots.
Looks like maybe a little confusion on this offensive possession. Trying to call the play was Devon Bennett. Inside to Rashawn Johnson, back up to Bennett. He had Curry wide over here. Alexander Maurice had an eye on him, but he did leave a cushion.
Again, that corner is open all night.
Ninja reactions there by head coach Paul Chizak.
Like nothing, just brushing it off and keeps coaching. That's why he's one of the best.
See Ruben Acosta trying to get one of these plays working for him. Not much has been working for the Bulldogs
Great
so
defense.
far.
Great defense. Great anticipation.
Tyrone Curry.
Great anticipation by Curry there, and then going all the way to the basket, getting the foul.
Make him work for the points. We'll see if he can make them.
This one's starting to get away from Bergen.
Saturday, November 23rd in the Collins Arena, they're proudly showcasing the ATA Black Belt Academies from local New Jersey communities and from many other surrounding states. Competitors from multiple age groups will be demonstrating their skills between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. For additional information, call 732-224-1867. Head coach Paul Chizak should join that.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
We got to let him know about this. Next one's April 19th, so.
In the offseason, something to do there.
Tyrone Curry taking another shot here.
Great job at Brookdale getting back on defense. No easy baskets here for Bergen.
Eduardo Garcia trying to make something happen. Jaleel Chain playing very good defense on him.
Really good ball pressure.
Bennett on him. Couldn't get the three to go. Good rebound by Jameek Moore. Tyrone Curry, 2-on-1. Splits through it. Ooh, almost got the pass there inside. Winds up getting it back out to Chain, bringing it in.
Good job at playing defense there by Bergen. Really good job of trapping the ball, yeah. Back out to the corner.
Wide to Curry.
About 15 to go on the shot clock here. Looking to set up a play.
Number 11, Ruben Acosta. Very quick.
10 seconds.
Shot clock ticking down. 5 seconds, and the shot goes up. Curry couldn't get it to land. Rebounded by number 00. Eduardo Garcia slips a little bit on the court there.
Really slow developing offense there for Brookdale.
Something that does not look very normal in this game so far.
No, not at all.
And ball out of bounds there.
Turnover, Blues ball.
Great interior defense by Brookdale.
And checking in, we will have number 3, Corey Sones coming back. And we will see the first of 25, Delonte Grant.
Grant played really well last week.
He did. He was another guy like Curry who came off the bench and was very good right off the bat.
Even probably earned himself, a couple minutes here in the first half.
You're going to see a lot of guys that have earned themselves these minutes from the game last week.
That corner is there.
They're leaving Bennett wide open over there. Adams says, I'm going to take it anyway.
Assisted by Moore.
Another timeout.
So we got another timeout here by Coach Quinteros of the Bergen Bulldogs. If you guys want to see some great fights with the Rocky music playing right on cue, he knew what I was talking about. The Recreation and Event Center will light up the main cage once again for another series of cage MMA bouts. The Breck Place host to some serious in-your-face action on Friday, December 20th. Doors open at 6 p.m. and bouts begin at 7 p.m. For ticket information, call the Arena box office at 732-224-2070. So he's taking a couple timeouts. This is his third timeout of the half.
You gotta just try to stop these runs. Brookdale's going on runs. Bergen's having a tough time scoring, and you just got to do something to get back in this game. Unfortunately, their offense is just not had it today.
It's not producing very well.
Not at all.
19-point lead by Brookdale.
Brookdale's not letting up. A little bit of pressure on the ball here. I think Bergen's really hurting from the lack of the point guard play. No penetration. A lot of moving the ball on the perimeter, but nothing. Getting to the basket. Nothing. A couple times they open up that shot on the wing, but Brookdale's doing a better job of taking that away. Looks like they're going to do that again. They're going to run that play again.
Yeah, Tavon Bennett playing good defense.
More all over that.
Given no opportunities there.
Tough shot.
Caught him sleeping there, but they couldn't get the shot to land. Inside to Sones. Let's see what he can do.
Great pass.
Almost got it to land. Brian Adams would have been a great play there.
Maybe one more step there would have helped them.
And another three by Alexander Maurice. Only got one to land so far.
Really just trying to do anything now to get the ball in the basket.
5 minutes remaining in this first period of play.
Great pass.
Inside to Adams.
Oh, missed it, but got it right back.
Great job tipping his own ball back in there to bring that up to a 21-point lead now. Eduardo Garcia out to Robert DeLeon, back to Acosta. Hard defense by Delonte Grant. Real hard defense.
Good job contesting.
Getting on him. Good job by Jameek Moore as well. He is all over number 31, Victor Torres. Grant, the long three. And he gets it in. Takes a Brookdale bounce in.
Remnants of Allen Houston in for the Knicks in the old days.
Good move there put on by number 11, Ruben Acosta. keeps having to stop myself. People want to call him Ernie Acosta, the old GM from the Colts.
First personal, 6. Team foul.
So there has been a decent amount of fouls called in this first period play. 4 minutes remaining. Brookdale with 5, or I think it's 6 now. I don't think they changed it yet. Yep, there's 6.
Yep.
And
8 for Bergen.
Scoreboard operator put it on the wrong side, took one away, gave it over to Brookdale.
James Jenkins off the bench now for Brookdale too. Another key bench player.
Monte Grant playing tough defense on 34, Alexander Maurice. Caught him on that one, but he decided to dish it back out to Acosta, driving it in.
Hard foul there.
Tough defense by Grant and Soanes combining on that
Nothing easy for Bergen here. If they want their points, they want to go to the free throw line, and they're going to get beat up all game if that's the case.
Brookdale's making them fight for it, absolutely.
They got a lot of guys that can eat up fouls, so you want to come in there, they'll put a body on you.
Somebody just as good can replace that player who goes out.
And that's the big key for Brookdale. One guy comes out, another guy comes in and does just as good of a job, if not better.
There you go, number 12, Tyler Gazerski looks like he's
speaks a lot to the coaching of Coach Chizek.
He'll come in for Grant.
Tyler Gazerski checks in for Brookdale.
As well as a substitution, Zapata coming in for Bergen in place of number 31, Victor Torres, who was getting a little bit beat up there by Grant at some points.
Coach Chizek going too deep in his bench early today. Just, again, these guys just earn the opportunity, from the way they've been playing. Just really, a lot of trust in them to get the job done and, keep this lead.
Giving some starters some rest on the bench. Corey Soanes, one of the few remaining starters still out on the court. He tipped it. He got a hand on his own shot there. Rashawn Johnson, big 6'5", freshman out of Passaic.
Nice move.
And he gets it in. Great move there. Number 11, Ruben Acosta.
Crossover with the finish at the rim.
Soanes trying to come in quick. Out to Grzewski. Bennett going in. Gets it to fall off the glass.
Good job by Bennett going straight up and not, running over the defender there, getting the call on the defender as opposed to getting the offensive foul call.
Trying to see if they can make it 40 points now if he sinks this free throw.
Third personal, 9, team foul. Tyler Kearney enters the game for Brookdale. Torres heads in for the Bulldogs.
Couple of substitutions here. Tyler Kearney coming in.
Another guy more fresh bodies.
Yeah, Kearney was doing pretty well around the perimeter last week.
Again, we can't say enough about the effort of the bench players for Coach Chizek. Just a great effort from everybody, everyone contributing, and definitely earning themselves minutes here early.
Over to Acosta, who's been doing very well for Bergen so far in this first quarter. No call of travel on that one, number 32, Brian Turton.
Nowhere to go, just trying to create something, all by himself. Not much working.
Made a little mental error there, and it will result in a Brookdale possession. Corey Soanes checking right back in for number 2, Tavon Bennett. Deserving all those high fives from his teammates on the bench as he had a very good couple of minutes out on the floor.
Seems to have hurt his ankle.
He is doing a little bit of limping. So we had a foul called on Brookdale.
James Jenkins. First personal.
Bergen coming down the court quick. Driving in, number 32, out to Alexander Maurice.
In and out.
That's the second shot that he missed from that side of the court.
Not off by much, but if that's not going to fall, it's going to be a long night for them.
Very vocal on the sidelines.
Again, that shot in the corner is there.
Back inside. Ooh, just tipped right off of him.
Tough pass.
James Jenkins couldn't haul it in. Looked like it went off his knee, maybe. And that was where he hit it before. Alexander Maurice of Bergen.
Much better job by Grzewski to close out on the shooter there.
Grzewski keeping an eye on him there.
Again with the drive there. Ruben Acosta making some moves.
Ruben Acosta.
So he will head up to the lines, take a couple of shots.
Fouls on number 14, Rashawn Johnson. First personal, 9, team foul.
And both teams now in the double bonus.
So Acosta
Not
makes
too
some
much of a worry
shots.
with only a minute 50 to go, but something to keep an eye on.
9 fouls apiece will absolutely be addressed in both locker rooms at the half. You can guarantee that. Trying to force it in there. He's lucky that Brookdale grabbed possession.
And a little bit of a sloppy passing on the Brookdale end.
Jump ball.
Brookdale's going to keep the
Possession
ball.
goes to Brookdale.
So we'll stay on this side of the court with Tyler Kearney trying to find one of his open teammates to maybe get a quick basket.
Great pass inside.
And there it is, number 14, Rashawn Johnson.
Really using his height to his advantage there. Controlling the ball, going up slowly, and finishing high up by the rim. Acosta, again, wheeling and dealing over here. He's trying to get some moves going. Really trying to get his team going here. Great pass.
Oh, man, behind the back to 34. Can he complete the play?
You gotta make that. Gotta
That's
make
a
that.
tough one.
That could end up on a highlight film, but you know, he couldn't make it.
That was smooth by number 32,
Yeah, it was.
Brian Turton.
You gotta pick up your teammate there. We're making a great effort to get you the ball. Gotta make that shot.
Driving in, Tyler Kearney.
Oh, Kearney trying a little bit of his own magic there. Maybe he heard us up here.
So Turton will take the inbound pass, and he'll head up the point.
Interesting to see if they go to Acosta here. He was penetrating a little bit, getting to the basket, but right now off the ball. There he comes, right there. They hand off to him. Great pass out to the shooter
There
in
he
the
is.
corner.
He hit it from there before.
He's been off. Not a great pass though from Acosta. You really, you know, when you have a shooter in the corner like that, you really got to get the ball to him in a position where he's ready to catch it and just put it up. Not a great pass there.
Step back, Tyler Grzecki.
Not much there.
Almost got a steal there. Number 4, Tyler Kearney.
Both
Keeping an
teams
eye
maybe
on.
need to just take a deep breath, slow it down a little bit. A lot of forcing the issue here. Again, Acosta needed to make a better pass into the corner. Now Acosta back on the ball.
So Ruben Acosta trying to make something happen, and he
And
gets
again,
the finger roll in there.
He had the shooter in the corner, but you know what? That kind of maybe opened up the lane for him a little bit there on that possession. So,
Trying to-
you know, bright spot here late in the half.
Chucking up the buzzer beater doesn't land for Brookdale, but they will head into the locker room with a 19-point lead, 41-22, in favor of the Brookdale Jersey Blues. So been a great half for them. You know, they came in, a lot of the starters, David Rosado, he didn't play a whole lot of minutes. You're looking at also Ricky Stevens, Corey Sones was in there. Those two guys were in there a lot, but they're relying heavily on their bench, and it's paying off for them.
Well, you know what? The starters did a good job of playing defense. They're limiting the shot opportunities. You know, Bergen was missing some shots early. So guys like Rosado and Jameek Moore got it going, got them up a little bit, were able to come out of the game, get a little bit of a rest, get the second unit in there, and the second unit did a great job hitting some shots, getting some turnovers, scoring on the other end.
So you saw how vocal Carlos Quinteros was on the sideline. He will absolutely be that vocal in the locker room. So we will.
And a good finish to the half for Bergen. Acosta doing had a couple good drives to the basket, a couple good passes out to the wing. You know, maybe a better pass on the last shooter in the corner there. But you know, a bright spot for them, and if they can get that play kind of working for them, you know, and you got to believe that, you know, Coach Gizek saw that and is going to adjust to it. I'm interested to see where they go with that.
All right, so we will head to the head to the half here with Brookdale 41, Bergen 22.
I live my dream every day working in my own restaurant. It's great waking up every day, coming to a job I love, and seeing, getting an immediate response from people. Probably wouldn't have got that without my start at Brookdale. The Culinary Education Center at Brookdale was great to me because it taught me the basic skills I needed to pursue a career in the industry that I love, which eventually led to me opening my own restaurant. Each year we've continued to grow, added staff members. I'm proud to say all of which are either graduates or students of Brookdale's Culinary Education Center. I've also been fortunate enough to be nominated twice for James Beard Award, Best Chef Mid-Atlantic. Brookdale's easy. It's accessible. It's right in your own backyard. Course times are all varied. You could always fit it in your schedule. You have no reason not to go. My name's Andrew Aranio, owner of Drew's Bayshore Bistro and Keyport, and I got my start at Brookdale.
I choose to be a winner, on and off the court. Brookdale helped me achieve my success by putting the right people around me. The athletic department is one of the best, giving us mentors off the court, being able to succeed in the classroom, getting on the dean's list, and then to be able to win the national championship. I'm Neil Thompson, Jersey Blues national champion. Success starts at Brookdale.
All of the action is closer than you think here at Brookdale Community College. Join us in the new Robert J. Collins Arena located on the south side of the Lincroft campus. The Collins Arena is a multi-purpose venue that is used for several campus and community events. Numerous layout options allow the arena to accommodate a variety of special events, including live concerts, intense mixed martial arts and kickboxing tournaments, high-flying cheerleading competitions, the well-designed Jersey Shore Home Show, and the Shore Conference Basketball Tournament for all the sports fanatics looking for an unforgettable game day experience. Don't wait, grab your tickets today and join us in the Robert J. Collins Arena, where every event is a special event. Learn more about our upcoming events today. Call us at 732-224-1867. For more information, find us at brookdalecc.edu/events.
And thank you for joining us back here on Brookdale TV. We have the Jersey Blues facing off against the Bergen Bulldogs. The score at the half is 41-22. What do we think Bergen's got to do to try to get back into this?
I think Bergen's going to really make their shots. They're getting some good looks. You know, Costa was good late in the half. They're getting to the basket, kicking it out. They really just got to knock down their open shots to get themselves back in this game.
This is going to be huge for them as we start to take the court. Everybody absolutely stick with it. It's going to be a great game to close out here. So stick around here as we go back to the court. Old 0-0, Eduardo Garcia taking it up for the Bergen Bulldogs.
I never liked anybody that wore 0-0. Or 0 for that matter.
Right to Acosta. They're double teaming him.
It's not even a number.
Still stuck on that?
Yeah, I don't know why. Makes me angry.
And the second opportunity, couldn't get it to fall. Great effort by number 14, Eric Zapata. 0-0 is always like an offensive lineman number to me, or big guy in hockey or something.
I don't know why. It just makes me angry.
Hey, little guy.
It's just a lack of creativity, maybe. I don't know what it is.
David Rosado back in the game for Brookdale. Haven't seen any minutes since the opening of the game, really. Great rebound there.
Good job inside by Moore.
Jameek Moore putting it in.
Jameek Moore.
So we got Acosta being a huge part of this Bergen team, offensively and defensively.
Look for Brookdale to really try to take him out of his game. Again, though, he's coming into the paint, kicking out the shooters.
Ricky Stevens, great job defending on him. Swarming towards him, Brian Adams. There he is, there's the three. And it's good, number 1, Robert DeLeon.
That's what they got to do. They got to knock down their shots and get 0-0 out.
Ricky Stevens, most of the starters back here in the game. Corey Soanes, Jameek Moore, David Rosado.
Rosado wide open in the corner. No one even looking his way.
But Soanes hits it from the other side.
There's got to be a reason. I just can't believe that they're going to let him be open all day long.
Out to Acosta. Pick set there by DeLeon. Acosta getting it in. Ball might have been tipped there, or it went off the side of the backboard. Jameek Moore coming in hard. Ooh, David Rosado just missed him.
Probably should have lobbed that up maybe, but knowing Rosado, he probably would have missed the dunk, so it's okay. Not to get on Rosado.
Enters the game for Bergen.
He was wanting it. He was hungry.
He was looking for the alley-oop, I think. But
he's trying to.
I think
redeem
Moore was
himself.
just like, I don't think you're going to make this dunk, so I'll probably just throw it to you a little lower.
Trying to redeem himself.
Another three here.
Can he get it to over the top?
Again, not a bad look. Got to knock it down.
He was very close. 20-point lead for Brookdale here in the opening minutes of the final period of play.
Great pass inside.
Inside look there.
Good job.
And it's good. Brian Adams. Brian Adams, one of the guys bringing some experience to this team. Sophomore, 6'3" out of Englishtown.
Big contributor last year to the championship team.
Look at the replay there.
Good job of finishing with the contact.
Getting it in. Heading to the stripe. And he gets it. So that will put them up to a 23-point lead now. Good defense on Acosta there by Ricky Stevens.
Stevens did a good job going underneath that pick. Acosta drawing the foul. The opportunities are there with Acosta going to the basket. Guys are, slashing off of that. The opportunities seem to be there, but Brookdale's doing a good job of getting in the passing lanes, really making it tough for Acosta to do anything.
So number 32, Brian Turton, pass it in. Gets it over to Alexander Maurice. Up, he's gonna get another shot at it.
Again, you gotta make those. If you're gonna take those, you're gonna have to make them.
Good closing speed by 23, Jameek Moore. Getting some pretty good defense on him very late. Soames with the pump fake and take a step back. Got Rosado there, is he gonna take it? He could have taken it.
Oh, offensive foul on Rosado.
Alexander Maurice took a step back, so Rosado did have a shot. Decided against it and drew the foul.
Second personal, second team foul.
Slow start here to the second half.
Not many points scored in the first, 4 or so minutes.
Great fake. Gotta make it. You're gonna have to make
That's
those
huge.
shots.
That is huge.
Bulldogs ball.
He's been struggling a little bit as of late. He hit 1 or 2 from this corner on the other side, but he hasn't been doing very well since.
Oh, good play. Oh, you got to make that layup.
Alexander Maurice is struggling here from the outside and the
couple
inside.
of misses inside. They really should be making.
Those are big. Those are very high percentage baskets. You got to make.
Stevens in traffic. Offensive foul again.
So they get called on it once more.
You know what? Stevens probably should have maybe passed that off, but not a bad idea.
And Paul Chesak standing up, trying to get some refs' attention, and he doesn't get any. They're not having it. Costa taking it up here. Ricky Stevens on defense, over to Alexander. And he tried it again. That's the one good thing about taking all those shots. You can really fool him with that pump fake.
Yeah, Moore did another good job getting the.
Number 1, Robert DeLeon. Corey Soames with the fake, tries to dish it inside.
Travel.
And he gets a travel called on him. Number 20, Brian
3
Adams.
consecutive possessions coming up empty.
5 fouls very early for Brookdale.
Yeah, just not a good start for this half, and you got to be very careful letting them back in this game playing sloppy.
Now, this is something you do not want to see if you're Coach Chesak.
Shot, that's open. You got to hit that. He's getting looks.
And that's the thing that's keeping Brookdale with this big lead, is that Bergen's trying to take these shots, and they're not making them either.
No, they're not making anything.
So, another foul called here. Favor Rosado will try to get it to one of his teammates, all lined up, going to make something happen here.
Foul number 1, Robert DeLeon.
You got Jalen Johnson of the Bergen Bulldogs waiting to check in. Out to Soames, who's been a little bit quiet so far this half. Let's see if he can shut me up.
Oh,
and
good
there
move.
he goes.
Oh,
Making me sound foolish.
Up and under move in traffic. Some much needed offense there for Brookdale.
Break that 3 or 4 possession streak with a foul. Turton.
Good job of rotating by Brookdale, really cutting off any passing lanes.
Devon Bennett playing great
job
there
by
he
Adams.
is.
Steele.
Can
Throw
he
it down.
finish?
There
and
it
he
is.
gets it. Number 20, Brian Adams. That's what we were looking for, energizing the crowd here at the Collins Arena. And they will take a timeout. Bergen Bulldogs down 25 to Brookdale's 52. A good little dunk there.
Yeah, not bad. First one we've seen in a while. A couple of attempts from Rosado, but this one actually went down.
Rosado's going to want to talk to you after the game.
It's all in good fun. I'm sure he'll have an opportunity to shut me up at some point, right?
Oh, they always do.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Good
Big
job
round of applause here at the stadium. I'll tell you what, guys, fans rule in 2014 with the Harlem Globetrotters. They're giving fans the power to decide which rules will impact the game at the Collins Arena on March 19th and 20th. So mark it on your calendars now and count down the days. Doors open at 6 p.m. and the trick shots and silly antics begin at 7 p.m. So purchase your tickets today at ticketweb.com, or you could as well call the arena box office at 732-224-2070 for more details. And as a student who goes on campus here, when those Harlem Globetrotters down, you can't find a parking spot anywhere.
Yeah, no, they're awesome. I remember as a kid going to see them, it was awesome. A bucket of confetti, everything.
So get your get your tickets now, because I'll tell you what, it is going to be packed here at the Collins Arena. Number 32, Brian Turton. Devon Bennett playing great defense on him once again. Gets the inside pass. Number 1, Robert DeLeon, been the shooter for them so far this half.
Foul. Again, a better pass probably gets him a three-pointer in the corner. Passes a little bit low, had to kind of catch it low, pump fake it, and you got a pretty good shot off. But again, a better pass into the corner maybe gives him a better shot at making that shot.
So number 23, Jalen Johnson. We'll take a pair of shots here. About 14 minutes, 18 seconds remaining in the game. 52-25, Brookdale lead. Making a substitution here. Rashawn Johnson. With that Band-Aid on his eye and ice in his veins, he's coming back into the game.
It's like Jameek Moore has a little bit of an issue, maybe some blood on his jersey. Seems to be what's going on back there.
Jalen Johnson grabs the first one. Second one doesn't land. Rebound there by Rashawn Johnson. That's a great. I love saying the name Rashawn Johnson.
That's fun to say.
That's an announcer. That's an announcer's dream right there.
It's a good thing you don't have a Boston accent, though.
Backpedaling there. Back up to Devon Bennett. Corey Soanes coming around. Maybe a little confusion there offensively. Screaming coming from both head coaches on the sideline.
Rosado hesitated.
Pull-up jumper, couldn't get it to land.
Oh,
Rashawn Johnson, can he get it?
Rashawn Johnson.
Corey Soanes grabs it.
Good job.
And they get it. Great possession there by Brookdale. Rashawn Johnson to Corey Soanes. They get the bucket.
Good move. That's a travel, though.
Yeah.
That first hop step, it worked, but Moore came over to defend it. He had no chance.
LeBron would have got away with it.
Yeah, well, crab dribble, right? Is that what they call it? 3 steps in the hop.
So still trying to get this Jameek Moore on the sideline. Eagerly waiting to get back in.
Yeah.
David Rosado, bounce pass in, right
Seems
back
to be
out
hesitant
to
to shoot a little
he
bit
is,
today.
yeah. He doesn't look like himself.
Oh, there you go.
Using the
Pull-up
glass
jumper.
there, right? Trying to get back into it. Trying to get back into his rhythm a little bit. Be afraid to use the
maybe that
glass.
missed dunk kind of got in his head a little bit.
So Acosta, who's been getting his name wore out today. Passing it off there to Turton. And
reach in foul.
Foul number 2, Tavon Bennett.
Tavon Bennett disagrees with the call, naturally.
Oh, that's
Big
a bad
pass up
pass.
there. Oh, there he goes. Corey Sones. Now it's a foot
Good job by
race.
Sones. Acosta got there. Good job by
Trying to
Sones.
slide
Rosado
to
with the
get
help
it.
too. Okay.
Somebody's open down court, though. You got 2-on-1.
There's nowhere to go, though. You can't see anything.
He had Sones in his
there you go,
face
in
the
the
whole
corner.
time.
Good job.
Block there.
What a job by
Oh,
Brian Adams getting
having-
there.
Yeah, great defensive second half here. David Rosado trying to make something happen, get back into this game a little bit. Got the basket before. Rashawn Johnson.
Johnson to the free throw line. Good job of penetrating there. You know, ball moved from the other side of the court, had a little bit of room to penetrate, got in there, drew the foul. He's really giving him a tough time with his size tonight.
Third team foul.
Air ball. I think we can lay off Rosado a little bit now.
Bergen's. Oh, no, we still heard the air ball chant
Yeah, I
here.
think that was from his teammates actually on the bench.
We'll get him into a little bit, have a little fun here.
Ricky Stevens loving it over there on the
You can tell it's a very fun atmosphere over there with the Jersey Blues. So we'll see Alexander Maurice has been throwing up a lot of shots from long. Gives it back up to Jalen Johnson. Slipping there, looking like he's got a little taffy on his shoes.
Costa drawing the foul. Costa's been doing a lot of work, driving into the lane.
Foul number 3, Corey Sones.
Problem is, Brickdale's doing a really good job of rotating and making it tough for him to go up with a shot. He's kicking it out. And I mean, he's got shooters, but those are low percentage shots as opposed to maybe layups.
And kicked it there. Tavon Bennett.
And Bergen's had a real tough time all night getting the inbounds from underneath the basket into their teammates.
Yeah,
Although
they
that's
definitely have.
a pretty good job there.
Pick there. Didn't work out too well. Oh, good defense there by Sones. Can he get it? In between the defenders. Oh, come on, get it. Oh,
Adams almost put it
very
down.
close there.
Can't fault him for that. Great effort there.
Oh, on by both Corey Sones and Brian Adams. Sones was sandwiched in between two defenders on that one.
Breakdown on the defense there, but good job at getting back. Sean Johnson bringing the ball up. Good move, draws a foul.
Splitting through three.
You like the
defensive
aggressive
players.
nature of Johnson, really just taking the ball from coast to coast, trying to get into the lane, creating the foul.
Bergen still yet to break the 30-point mark.
Zapata. That's his 5th personal foul.
So we will have a couple substitutions come in. For the first time, we will see number 5, Aubrey Dozier.
Aubrey Dozier enters the game for Brookdale.
Got Coach Chizak talking to David Rosado.
Really sticking with this unit for a while. This starters starting to get some bench guys in now, but who stuck with his starters for a while.
Immediately, Dozier trying to take the shot there, falls a little short. And whistle blown.
What's going on? I believe there's a technical foul.
Oh, on Tavon Bennett.
I'm not sure.
Wait for the call from the announcer.
Technical foul charged to Bergen for having 6 men on the court.
Oh, there we
Okay.
go. So Bergen with 6 men on the court. It's not allowed.
Trying to sneak the extra guy in.
Yeah, might help.
It's a tough lead they got to try to climb back from. With about 11 minutes remaining in this game, they're down by 31. So David Rosado will take the shot.
Coach Quintero's really pulling out all the stops here.
And we've been doing the Globetrotters and the MMA spots and everything. We'll get one for the ladies. Brides, be sure to register for the Bridal Spectacular that will take place on the Lincroft campus in this Collins Arena. Meet over 75 of the area's top wedding professionals, enjoy David's Bridal's runaway fashion show, and don't miss your chance to win a 6-day luxury honeymoon provided by the Travel Smiths. The event begins at 12 p.m. and concludes at 4 p.m. So get there on Sunday, January 26th. For any more details, visit weddingssetgo.com. Wedding Set Go. All right.
There you go. Who doesn't love a wedding?
We're not neglecting you, ladies. Don't worry.
Seems to be a bit of a issue here when the out of bounds play.
A little discussion going on. Trying to get back into play. A lot of clock stoppages this game, something that's been very noticeable. A lot of fouls in both halves so far. Ooh. Somebody did something wrong. Hey, Coach Carlos Quinteros, I don't know if you guys can hear him over the mics on the television at home. Been very vocal all game.
I guess I'd be too if I was down by 30 points.
Rosado, and you can see the frustration on his face. He knew he shouldn't have hesitated, and he's been doing it a lot.
Get it back to him. He wants it back. He's looking for it.
Get it, yeah. You can see he's got the gleam in his eye. Take it.
There it is.
Take it, young man.
Oh, it's a great decision, though, to pass that.
He was a couple steps back from the three-point line. I did not notice that.
Good job. Adams keeping it alive. A couple guys.
A little tip drill there.
Rosado wanted it, but he made the right play.
Jameek Moore still sitting on the side.
Rosado with the steal. Oh, all kinds. That's a foul.
There we go. Little extracurriculars there on the court.
Little football-esque pile on the loose ball.
Foul number 5, Aubrey Dozier. First personal.
So it looks like we will have number 11, Eric Davis, checking in, as well as Corey Sones, I believe, unless he's just swinging around the bench there. He is, and in place.
Grant. Yeah,
Delonte Grant.
Yeah.
Got in a little bit of foul trouble late, or mid-late of the.
Big hand for Rosado and Adams, both doing a great job.
Definitely. Adams electrifying the arena here.
Almost got a second one. Almost got a second one in the rebound.
Who knows what happened then? Jalen Johnson at the line, going to take a second shot.
And look for Coach Chizak to really just start getting the guys at the end of the bench in this game, get them some experience.
Catch him on a push there, or?
Lane violation, I believe.
Slowing it up here is Tavon Bennett. Ooh, pass inside there. Very risky. Didn't look at the lane. And good tip in, number 31, Victor Torres, who has his arch nemesis back on the court here, number 25 of Brookdale, Delonte Grant. They were going at it before. But Alexander Maurice is covering Grant now, it seems. Ball being passed around, back up to Bennett at the top, over to Grant, long three.
Ooh, in and out.
Oh, man, that would have been pretty.
Good defensive play.
He gets it back. Rashawn Johnson.
Rashawn Johnson, we've said his name a lot, and it's fun to say, but he's been doing a good job.
He deserves it.
See if he can hit the rim on this free throw.
Ricky Stevens doesn't want him to. He wants to get another laugh. Hey, there you go, kid.
Big hand from Ricky Stevens.
Made the first one there, trying to get the second to land, and it does.
It's got to be tough at the free throw line to get the cheerleaders back there distracting you, you know?
Yeah. We got Victor Torres coming back down. Been a little bit quiet since he made that acrobatic behind the back pass that they couldn't capitalize on. Still, nonetheless, get some kudos for that.
Deep three.
He hasn't got one to land in a very long time. And you can see the frustration on Coach Quinteros' face. This is just chuck up threes now.
Oh, sloppy play there. Great pass. Oh,
Brookdale could not capitalize.
Johnson couldn't handle it, but you know what? It was a pretty good pass. Got it low enough between the defenders.
Yeah, it's a tough pass to fit in.
Johnson had a little bit of time to react to it. Maybe being 6'5", a little tough to get to the ground that quickly.
Yeah. James Jenkins coming back in for the Jersey Blues.
Johnson to the bench.
We got Tavon Bennett playing very good defense on Brian Turton.
This is an all-around good defensive effort by everyone on the Brookdale side. that'll put him in the 1-on-1.
So if he makes this one, he will have another opportunity and another shot.
Second personal, 8, team foul.
We'll see if number 34, Alexander Maurice, can get one of these. Doesn't know it to go.
And Brookdale's off and running. Ooh, a little dirty move there by Bennett.
Right by the foul line, 21 takes a shot, James Jenkins.
Bennett created that. Nice little dirty move, a little behind the back dribble.
Yeah.
Freezing the defender.
Making everybody take notice. And not only are you putting in these guys, you know, your bench players to get some minutes in, but looking over by the trainers table, you can see Corey Soames, David Rosado. Hey, they're getting a little
getting some valuable rest. I mean, yeah, they're just getting valuable rest right now. I mean, you know, clearly, you know, the game takes a toll on your body, and you know, you can't you know, emphasize how great of a chance you have to rest these guys. You know, let them be fresh for the next game. Get them out of here early, get some dinner. You know, it's just all-around great effort by Brookdale. You know, bench guys letting the starters get the rest they need.
With this deep of a bench, nobody should be playing. None of your starters should be playing, you know, a full 40 minutes, 30 minutes, anything like that. It's just unnecessary. You're going to tire them out.
You know, it's interesting to see as the season goes on, you know, and hopefully, you know, going into the tournament, to see what kind of rotation Coach Cizek decides to use. Does he stay with this, you know, big, you know, 11, 12-man rotation? Or does he shorten it to maybe an 8, 9-man rotation? You know, maybe this is the time where he sees who those 8 or 9 guys really are going to be.
Yeah. In the, you know, last year they only had the 8 in the tournament through the championship game. Games coming up there after this game, they go on a bit of a road trip as well, with the women facing off against Community College of Philadelphia and Middlesex, and then back home at Cumberland will be our next game that we cover. So a couple of tough games there.
Jalen Johnson hit a 3 in the last possession there.
You got Middlesex at 2-1, and Cumberland at 2-1 as well. So after they get some turkey in them after Thanksgiving, get right back out to the court.
Acosta doing another good job getting in the paint, really drawing a lot of fouls.
Yeah, that's been a big part of his game. Brookdale, 10 fouls.
Yeah, double bonus already.
Yeah, that's
a little bit of a concern.
Yeah. Coach Cheese over there, he ain't happy. No coaches, when you're in double digits with fouls, that's never a good time to be a player.
Unfortunately for Bergen, that's about the only thing that Brookdale's not doing well tonight.
That is correct. So he grabs the shot there. Tyler Kearney bringing it up.
Stopping and popping and nailed it.
When he gets it, the dagger.
Caught the defense napping a little bit.
Yeah. He's getting a little tired, parking him back up a little bit. This game ain't over.
Costa again, bad pass though. Had the shooter there. Uh-oh, here we go.
No Played foul. It safe. Played it safe. I appreciate that, Eric Davis.
Almost over. Nice move there. Oh, but good job by Jenkins staying with it.
There you go, Kearney. Can he grab it?
Foul called.
The foul will be called on Bergen, number 23, Jalen Johnson.
Next one on Bergen will put Brookdale at the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Good job by Bergen, not really fouling. Although probably giving up a lot of baskets isn't good either.
Yeah, that's the flip side to it.
Little free throw jumper there, no good.
Made it before, couldn't make it this time.
A little crossover there by Acosta. Again,
from the corner,
Johnson, nowhere to be found. That basket was just, apparently the basket just left.
He couldn't get it in either, number 1, Robert DeLeon.
Just tough time finding any way to put the ball in the basket.
Yeah.
Foul number 31, Victor Torres. First personal, 7th team foul. Maurice checks back in. For the
a lot of fouls.
A lot of minutes for Maurice tonight.
Yes.
He's really, you know, their big time shooter, and you know he's had some looks, made a few baskets, but you know a lot of misses.
But he has been in the game a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
That's definitely a good observation.
Well, you know, he's the the one guy that spreads the defense out a little bit, makes him guard the wing.
Yeah. Even if he's not making the shots.
Yeah, you still got to guard him. You can't leave him open.
Yeah, yeah, he's good as a little decoy out in the corner. Could not.
Lane violation.
Okay. So we will have a redo here. 21 James Jenkins can get another shot at it.
That's how many times in real life you get to use the word do-over, but here we get a do-over, huh?
And he capitalizes.
Taking advantage of the do-over. Oh.
There it is. Hey, there's the full court pressure. Back off a little bit, but trying to poke the ball out.
Good job of ball denial by Grant, keeping Acosta away from getting that ball. Again, another foul. Got to move your feet.
Foul starts number 21.
Be here all night if this keeps happening.
Yeah.
That's his second personal foul.
So this is 17 fouls in the game.
In the second half.
Oh, yeah. There was probably about, what, maybe 16 in the first? There was about 8 and 8, I
Yeah.
think it turned out to be. So physical game.
Much slower pace of this half. A lot of slapping at the ball.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Not a lot of feet moving around on defense. And, you know, both coaches probably can't be happy about that.
Yeah, that little exchange a minute or two ago. But other than that, it has been a lot slower.
Good play by
There you
Kearney.
go.
Way to get to the basket.
Right on cue. Tyler Kearney turning the volume up. And 23, Jalen Johnson, who's had a lot of minutes here in the second half. Ernie Acosta.
Still just
Ernie,
over.
I said it.
Yeah.
I said Ernie Acosta, yeah. Completely by accident. There he goes. Ruben Acosta bringing it in.
Nice move. Good finish. Left hand. Had trouble with that left hand.
It's a tough one to get.
Good pass by Jenkins.
There you go, Delonte Grant.
Great pass by Jenkins on the break there.
At a stout 6 foot. I don't know if he's getting all the way up there, but he gets the basket for him.
He's just got a knack for finding that basket. He just gets the ball in there, and it's all. It's his job. Come off the bench, put the ball in the basket, play some defense.
Very good defense.
Oh, here comes the alley-oop.
Oh, man, jumped a little late.
I think it was a little bit of a foul.
Jumped a little early.
I don't know if that pass was as good as it should have been.
Yeah.
Saw Jenkins point up like he wanted it, but Grant couldn't get there. He got fouled, so you give him that.
Yeah. We'll give him a pass.
Yeah.
You'll get a slip, Delonte.
Second personal, 8th team foul.
So we have number 31, Victor Torres, checking in place of number 1, Robert Elliott. And Brookdale will make one as well. Number 5, Aubrey Dozier coming out for number 13, Jaleel Chain, who we haven't seen in a little while. He sinks the shot. Brookdale nearing a 40-point lead if he sinks the second one. And there it is. Score 76-36 with 4 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in the game. Brookdale's got a large lead that it's very hard to cut away at with this much time left.
Another good performance by Grant. You know, coming off the bench, solid minutes in the first half, solid minutes in the second half. Costa really just taking it by himself.
Eric Davis tried to come in for the block there, number 11 for the Jersey Blues, couldn't get it. From the outside. Oh, there you go, G.O., let's go Blues.
There we go.
Eric Davis from the outside. They just can't get a break. The Bergen Bulldogs.
Really just everyone contributing. Comes Acosta again, good move. Getting the shooter in the corner. A little hesitant there.
Yeah, he could have had the shot. Somebody was a couple steps away from him. Did not work out for them.
Oh, killer crossover by Jenkins.
Setting the bench on fire with that one.
Maybe be trying to try out for the Globetrotters there. Oh, wide open Chain in the corner. Can't hit.
Chain couldn't get it.
Jenkins with the rebound. Puts it in.
Jaleel Chain with that. Got that eraser haircut going on. I like it. It's old school.
Little kid and play action.
Yeah.
Oh, high off the glass.
Acrobatics there. Couldn't get it. Got to get back up and get on defense.
Jenkins just, finding.
And Chain from the other side. Let's see if he can get it. Oh, couldn't get it to land. James Jenkins throwing his body around the closing minutes of this game.
That'll put both teams in the double bonus now, as we, a little over 3 minutes here.
So we have a timeout called for Bergen. I'll tell you guys what, this Thanksgiving, you got to make sure you leave plenty of room for dessert, because Brookdale Public Radio has a special serving of songs about food with a side of lumpy gravy, all prepared just for you. At 12 noon, tune in for a reserved special seat just for you at Alice's Restaurant, as 90.5 The Night continues the Thanksgiving tradition with Arlo Guthrie's epic ode to civil disobedience, the Alice's Restaurant Massacre. Then at 7 p.m., it's Frank Zappa's classic Lumpy Gravy played in its entirety. This Thanksgiving, it's a feast for the ears on 90.5 The Night.
As we come back from the timeout, Coach Chizek really just trying to get these guys, to stick together and finish strong. Just show them a little something here.
Yeah.
Earn some playing time. Guys like Grant and Jenkins definitely earned some playing time today from the performance last week. And you could see it today that there's other couple young guys just really trying to work hard and get some playing time. I mean, like I said, building on a rotation, come postseason play, you want to know what your rotation is. You're probably going to shorten that rotation. Really going to have opportunities. Opportunities are now. The jobs will be won between now and the start of the postseason. So really got to just buckle down, come in when you get your minutes, whatever. If it's a couple minutes or extended minutes, whatever it might be.
Yeah, prove yourself.
Just prove yourself. Do your job. Play defense and make shots when you're open.
Try to earn that spot. Try to make it tough.
Yeah, because those last couple spots in the rotation are definitely wide open right now.
Yeah. You see a lot going through. You got a huge roster of players that could absolutely be a starter on most teams.
Yeah.
With Rashawn Johnson and
guys like Jenkins, Rashad Johnson, Grant coming off.
Grant, Tyrone Curry.
These guys are all fighting for minutes.
Haven't seen much of Mason Jones this game, but he had a very good game last week. Remember calling his name a lot. There we go, Tyler Kearney. A little short. He ain't gonna dunk it. He's no Muggsy Bogues, but he gets the basket for him.
Kearney, another one of those guys in the mix.
One thing we noticed that you could, possibly attribute some of the struggles that Bergen has been going through as they get a steal there from Brookdale, Tyler Kearney, bringing it down the court and getting the basket, is that we noticed on the roster, entire team of freshmen. So you have no returning players from the year before. So it could be tough to coach that. Carlos Quinteros coming in and trying to get all these guys together.
Especially coming in against a team like Brookdale, a lot of championship experience at that.
Exactly.
Good learning experience for them.
Brookdale's got, a decent amount of sophomores returning to the team who were on that national title run. Brookdale ball.
Blues ball.
Number 12, I'm sorry, Tyler Grzeski, passing it into Kearney.
2 minutes remaining in regulation.
So you heard it, we got 2 minutes remaining in the game. Brookdale up 85-38. In a very foul-ridden game. Big pass there, hauled in by Jaleel Chain.
I don't know how he stayed in bounds.
Trying to stay in bounds. You could have just gone, you could have blew right to him and he would have fell right over. Bergen trying to make something happen.
Another big time.
Oh, almost big steal there.
Another big time offensive performance by Brookdale, closing in on 90 points here.
Can't get it to land. Number 34, Alexander Maurice, having a tough time.
Brookdale did a really good job taking him out of this game.
Ooh, no mistake there. Oh, Tyler Kearney, couple inches taller. Do it 80s, Wheaties, he might have had that one. Now, if we had big 6'5" Rashawn Johnson out there, that would have been a different story. Yeah, he would have set the stadium on fire with that one from the corner. Tyler Grzeski couldn't let it land, couldn't get it to land.
Grzeski, one of the few Jersey Blues that hasn't scored tonight.
And there it is, number 23, Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson.
So, with the three, as the shot clock gets shut off, Tyler Kearney.
Kearney's been good the last few minutes here.
He's been getting some minutes, and he's been capitalizing on them.
Oh, what a bounce.
So got about 13 seconds remaining. Brookdale did break that 90-point mark.
Dribble the ball out here.
Final score will end here as the tickets wind down. Brookdale 90 and the visiting Bergen Bulldogs 46. So Brookdale will improve to 6-0. Bergen falling to 1-5 as a great effort on the court by Brookdale. A lot of bench players that came in. I think that was one of the keys to victory for him. You had David Rosado go out early. You can see he's got something taped to his ankle.
And definitely just
Ricky Stevens.
Definitely just a great all-around performance. I mean, we mentioned the foul is a little bit of an issue in the second half, but other than that, just a wire-to-wire, well-played game. Defensively, did a great job of taking Maurice out of the game. He made a couple shots, but they did a great job taking him out later on. And just, an all-around just great effort. Besides the fouls, not much to complain about if you're Coach Shizak.
No, absolutely not. I mean, they held Ruben Acosta pretty well, and he was all over the place. So they did as good as
he had his moments, but, they already had the big lead there. Maybe a little bit, try not to foul on defense a little bit. Just giving him opportunities. He got to the basket a little bit, probably more than they would like, but, you work on that. It's not going to be a perfect night, but, very good night for Brookdale.
Absolutely, Rashawn Johnson having a great night.
Rashawn
I love
Johnson.
saying the name.
The dunk, we got a dunk tonight. That was a
Brian
bonus.
Adams had a great little...
Another missed dunk from Rosado, becoming a trend.
So as we're signing off here, we'd like to remind you to join us again after Thanksgiving. We'd like to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the food, enjoy the family, enjoy the friends, and we will be back here on December 10th at Cumberland. 7 p.m. for the men's, 5 p.m. for the women. Thank you all again.